The Leviathan's last voyage, the year was 1908. Docked in the bustling port of Southampton, the grandest vessel of its time, the RMS Leviathan, sat waiting. She was not just a ship, she was a floating palace, a testament to industrial ambition, built to conquer the merciless North Atlantic in record time. Her three enormous funnels stood tall, exhaling faint wisps of steam like a breathing giant, ready for her maiden voyage to New York. The embarkation of dreams, Captain Elias Thorne, a man whose weathered face held the secrets of 100 storms, stood on the bridge, his eyes scanning the deck. He felt the weight of the Leviathan's 60,000 tons beneath his feet and the weight of public expectation on his shoulders. On board, a diverse tapestry of humanity unfolded. Lady Evelyn Sinclair, a renowned botanist traveling to deliver a rare collection of Amazonian orchids, her heart secretly aching from a past tragedy. Mr. Gideon Finch, a ruthless, self-made American tycoon, occupying the most lavish suite, who saw the voyage merely as a demonstration of his financial superiority. Young Thomas O'Connell, an Irish immigrant in steerage, clutching a tattered photograph of his sister who had promised him a new start in America. He worked tirelessly in the boiler rooms, fueling the ship's massive engines. The ship sailed precisely at noon. For the first 3 days, the journey was a symphony of luxury. First-class passengers dined on silver platters, danced in the grand ballroom, and strolled the vast promenade deck. Thomas, deep in the ship's belly, felt the intense heat of the boilers but found comfort in the steady, powerful rhythm of the engines, a beat of hope. 2. The navigator's dilemma. On the fourth night, the wireless room intercepted a faint, urgent message from a smaller freighter far to the north. Asterisk, unexpected ice field forming fast. Danger to southward. Captain Thorne, a man of tradition, initially dismissed the warning. The Leviathan was a modern marvel, supposedly unsinkable, and he was under strict orders to maintain speed for the record crossing. He consulted his first officer, Lieutenant Alistair Reed, a younger man who advocated caution. "Sir, the air temperature has dropped nearly 10 degrees in the last hour," Reed urged. "Perhaps we should reduce speed and plot a more southerly course." Thorne, glancing at the chronometer, shook his head. "Nonsense, Lieutenant. We are the Leviathan. Our engineers assure me this hull can withstand anything the Atlantic throws at it. Maintain course and speed." The captain's ambition, fueled by the pressure of his employers, had momentarily blinded his caution. 3. The kiss of ice. Late that night, under a sky of scattered stars and a chilling, unnatural calm, the unimaginable happened. A watchman's panicked shout echoed from the crow's nest. "Iceberg!" Dead ahead, Captain Thorne ordered an immediate, violent turn to port, but the sheer momentum of the enormous ship was too great. With a low, shuddering impact that sounded like distant thunder, the Leviathan brushed against the submerged portion of a colossal iceberg. The scraping impact was subtle on the upper decks, mistaken by most for a mere engine tremor. But below the waterline, the ice had sliced a gash nearly 100 feet long across 5 watertight compartments. Chief Engineer Hamish McLean soon delivered the grim report. The ship was taking on water too quickly. "We have 2 hours, Captain." "Maybe less." "The pumps cannot keep up." The realization was a punch to the gut. The unsinkable was sinking. IV. Chaos and courage. The order to prepare the lifeboats was given, but panic quickly followed the initial denial. There were only enough lifeboats for half the people on board. The age-old maritime law of women and children first was enforced, but the sheer desperation led to chaos. Gideon Finch, the ruthless tycoon, tried to bribe his way onto a lifeboat, but was stopped by the resolute actions of a junior officer. He was forced to confront his own mortality without the shield of his wealth. Lady Evelyn Sinclair, instead of securing her own place, rushed to the steerage deck with a handful of sailors. She helped Thomas O'Connell guide the terrified mothers and children toward the ascending decks, offering calm reassurance where there was only fear. Down in the engine room, Thomas and his crew worked until the last minute, keeping the generators running so the wireless operator could send out the frantic distress call, CQD. Mayday. "We are sinking." Position 41 degrees north, 49 degrees west. They secured the boiler doors and finally rushed to the top deck, moments before the lights flickered and died, plunging the ship into darkness. The descent and the rescue. As the bow of the Leviathan dipped lower, the stern rose dramatically, silhouetted against the dark sky. Captain Thorne, having done everything in his power, found Lieutenant Reed. "Alistair, take charge of the remaining survivors. You have a long life ahead," he ordered, before resolutely walking back to the bridge. The last sound heard by those in the lifeboats was the ship's immense structure groaning under the strain, followed by the terrifying, deafening roar as the 2 halves of the Leviathan finally split apart and disappeared beneath the icy waves, taking Captain Thorne with her. Hours later, the Cunard liner RMS Carpathia, which had changed course upon receiving the faint distress signal, arrived at the scene. They found a few dozen lifeboats bobbing precariously in the vast, desolate ocean. Thomas O'Connell, huddled in a lifeboat with Lady Evelyn, watched the rescue ship approach. He was freezing, heartbroken, but alive. He had survived the collapse of a Titan. The voyage of the